All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely and gorgeous Ekin-Su. You guys know her from Love Island and Traitors and following her life online. Welcome, Ekin.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have you here. We're massive
big
fans. We love you.
Oh, I love you guys.
And I love, like, isn't it just the coolest thing that you kind of get to go by one name? Like, I feel like you're like Cher. Like, you're
right.
I mean, Ekin-Su.
Ekin-Su.
Like, it's
Ekin-Who? No, I'm kidding. No, it's good.
I love it's everyone knows it right off the bat. Welcome to New York. Happy to have you here.
Thank you. I
which
love
is so
New York.
exciting. What's your favorite thing about New York?
I love the people. Call me crazy. I think I just love the atmosphere. It's a town that doesn't sleep.
Yep.
I love the sort of hustle and bustle of it. It's just so like...
Yeah.
There's always like someone arguing on the street. I mean, I love drama, so I don't mind. Get me involved.
You're throwing yourself in it.
I'll be
and you said
watching.
call you crazy, but you're looking at two girls from New York, so we don't
Yeah,
call you
there
crazy if
you
you say you
go.
love the people
Exactly.
here.
I was just going to say,
We're biased.
I said
We
it
like the
earlier.
people too.
We are the brunette club.
Yes.
Hyping up the brunette girls there. So
Oh yeah. Sorry,
I love the
Sarah?
brunettes. I used to be blonde, used to dye my hair, but now I'm going more.
This is really nice, actually.
thank
You're
you.
making me want to go have some highlights in.
Thank you. It's good, right?
I
okay,
love
but
it.
I'm trying to figure out, the
No,
right.
she's getting married in a month.
So I'm
she's
trying to
like,
figure out the right color.
This is the one. It's like blonde, brunette.
Yeah.
It's giving.
Ekin-Su, you're speaking to me right now, and I'm gonna keep it. Thanks to you. And I'll tell everyone you inspired my wedding hair. So thank you.
Well, you inspired me as well. So
I love it. How busy have you been since the Love Island All-Star season is ended? I feel like you've been traveling all over the place.
Let's just say I am jet lagged. I am hungry. I don't know where I am, what time it is, but it's good. So I'm loving it. And I like being busy. So like you have to worry when you're not busy. That's when I wish I could socialize like the other islanders are right now. They're all out partying. I don't even have time to see my family. Like,
I'm booked and busy.
I'm booked and busy, but yeah.
You were just in Texas,
Yes.
which is always an experience. Did
It
you love
is.
it? Hate it?
I mean, I loved it because it was just, I love the accent. You know, the southern Texas accent.
yeah.
I loved the sort of everyone's just in like chill outfits. Everyone's in like ripped jeans, cowboy hats, and I love that. Although I was there for a conference chat, but like I wish I kind of went to like Dallas and really did it the right way.
Yeah, maybe get some barbecue.
I drank this beer. It was this big. I was like, this is felt a bit sick after 4 sips.
To
but-
say welcome to the city. That's
right.
A tall boy, we like to call
Yes,
it.
exactly. And you were just saying before we started talking on here that you sort of like the US better than the UK sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I can be myself in the US more. I feel like I'm accepted here more. Like I'm very expressive and over the top. And in the UK, people think I'm acting all the time. It's like people might think I'm expressive too much, but Americans are like that naturally.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I've seen some crazy stuff happen on reality TV on the US, and I'm like, if that happened in the UK, people would cancel you out.
Hey, we love you here.
That is true, we do, we
Spend
do.
all the time you want.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I'll be coming round to to have some tea and scones with you soon then, ladies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although we do want you in the UK as well, so you're always welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can have tea and scones there. Because
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure
We
it would
could-
fit
Yeah, I don't
there.
know where we even go for tea and scones
Ritz.
here.
Right.
Ritz
The
in
Ritz.
Oh,
London.
the Ritz is,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe the
I'm not sure.
Plaza.
Yeah.
But
Those
yeah.
types of places.
Yeah.
But it would be better in
Yeah.
let's do it.
yeah, it would be way better.
Definitely, definitely. So, I mean, we're so excited to sit down and talk to you just about your journey and everything that you have been through on TV and now in your life, and it's just been so fun to watch that. But I think a lot of people see, like you said, Ekin-Su on reality TV, and it's great to get to know like behind the scenes Ekin-Su. So I want to go back to the beginning where young Ekin was getting that acting bug. What was she like?
Crazy. Yeah. All I can tell you is my friends were worried. I was when I was young, they would hear me talking to myself in another room, and they were like, "Is she talking to a ghost or what?" I was actually imagining there was a character in front of me and just making up a scene from the age of like 10, 11, 12, and I was just always a very different person, a child when I was young. Mum and dad always knew I was performative, but I just loved sort of acting. I loved theatre. I loved watching rom-coms. I loved my favourite film was 13 Going on 30. I manifested that film. and I feel like I'm kind of living it now. I'm 30, but I just love it, you know. I've always been very theatrical, like even like at home, like even if the cameras aren't on me, I'm just like that all the time. And only friends, close friends know me, know that I'm like that. So when you don't know me, you're like, oh my God, this girl is wild on TV. Like, is she a producer plump? You know, like people say these things, and I'm like, no, that's me all the time. Like, I'm cuckoo.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
No, I feel like, and we've talked about this watching the shows, like I feel like we get the real Ekin-Su. Like I think that we just get who you are rather than...
I'm a bit quirky, I would say. But if you get it, you get it. If you don't, then you'll get there one day. But
Yeah.
And you're like, I feel sorry for you that you don't get it.
yeah, it's a nice world where I live in, and whoever wants to come and join me can, but they need a ticket for that first.
No, it's true. And I think once you do a few shows also, it's like you get comfortable and more yourself.
Yeah.
So I felt like watching you on All Stars, I was like, this feels like her. Like we saw more of those quirky moments. We saw some of those laughs like of you being yourself. But you know, that those like soap opera days for you, what was that like?
Oh my God, it was a bit like, obviously like I did Turkish like soap operas, and you know, it's very over the top.
Yeah.
Like there'll be a scene where the man declares his love for the woman, and it'll be like 3 hours of pausing for the intense music. So like learning sort of dramatic soap like acting was a bit weird for me at first, but then you get used to it. It was like you'd be sent like a script, and tomorrow you have to film 6 scenes, you have to learn your lines, you have to learn their lines, and then it's like, right, we've got to get close-ups, we've got to get you know, far distance shots, we've got to do it 6 times again. It was scary because it was like we had like really good actors that I was in, and these are like professionals, like the main characters, and I'd be so worried because if I'd F up, then you know, I'm ruining his sort of time as well. So I've always kind of been disciplined, and I know that, you know, I know what makes a sort of good production. I have respect for sort of the camera crew and the producers and stuff. I know like switching from acting to reality TV is so different. It is so different. Like, you know, I kind of miss the element of becoming a different person, but with reality it is so raw. People always say, is it scripted? Is it manipulated? Darling, if I'm running a TV show and you know, it's an entertainment show and you're sitting on a beanbag for 24 hours on a holiday, I will go up to you and whisper to your ear and say, get a grip and talk to people. You're not on a holiday.
Right.
This is Love Island. There's an element where you do need to sort of understand the format of the show. Like you're there to find love, and, you know, it's okay to express sort of drama and your feelings. And you remember, audience like to go through a ride. You know, they like to have a journey. So like the audience, as far as I can see, they want to feel realness with you. That if they see that they can't connect to you, then they'll switch off. And is she actually really crying? Is she actually really sad? The moment you sort of understand that person's faking it, they can sort of switch off from you. And I've had that. People thought I had crocodile tears. Guys, I was on Shark Week, which means
Yes. Yep.
And obviously
I can
the
relate.
emotions were amplified, and I was very like in my feels, and they were real tears. And look back and think some of the scenes were pretty embarrassing.
It happens.
Where I said, help me, and I'm like, it was longer than that. It was just cut off so short.
Those are some of my absolute favorite moments. Help me.
No, that was so
I swear
good.
it was longer than that. I think the way the producers cut that made me look like I just said help me, and
That is so funny. And you talk about, you know, having experience with scripted television versus reality TV. And then, you know, you're going to have comments from people who go, well, you know, she's an actress. She wants to be on TV, but you also want to find love. What was your reaction to going on Love Island at first and sort of differentiating the two of, okay, I do love performing, but this is about finding love?
So I'm a very realist. I'm going to be very honest with you, right? I do like being on TV. I'm going to own it.
I love that answer.
I do. I love being on TV. I love being, you know, myself on TV. I also like acting. So like, yeah, I know it's a TV show. I've signed up for it. And I also know everyone on the show is there for clout. I don't care what anyone says. They always say, oh, I'm there for love. Well, darling, it's all stars. We've done it before. Whether you're on there for 3 times, 4 times, second time, we're here. I'm just real, okay? I will say it. I knew what the show would bring. But I knew that if I found someone else, it's a bonus. My only worry was taking a risk going back as a winner. Does that sort of cancel the sort of the iconic thing of Ekin-Su being Love Island winner from 2022?
Yeah.
Sod it. If it does, it does. I thought it's not the end of the world. If anything goes wrong, it goes wrong. I think for me, after a show called Big Brother it was like, do I do a reality show again? But I was like, what's the worst that can happen? I've experienced hate, I've experienced trolls, so what? Not everyone's gonna like me. I don't care.
And everybody was so excited for you to go back, by the way, too. Like, it was like when you were announced to be going back, it legitimized the season again. Like, people were like, oh, if Ekin's going back, this is legit. Like, it's
sure.
It's a big name to get.
For sure.
That's why people thought I was a producer's what's it called, plant?
Yeah. They were like, the
guys,
producers told her to go in and shake things up.
Yeah.
No, babe, like that is not true. Like, let's just put the rumors to bed.
I'm naturally going in
I
and
will
shaking
take that
things
as a
up.
compliment, though. That is the biggest compliment people could say to me. So thank you, audience.
Yeah.
Right. You're entertaining. That's what it is.
Yes.
That's all it is. When you are called a producer plant, that means you know that you're entertaining.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I noticed about myself is like, I would like, I'm quite opinionated, but I feel like sometimes I realize I can't be arsed having arguments. So I was like, when I was in there, I was like, I'm 30 now. Like, some of these conversations that I was in, I was a bit kind of bored of. I was like, I don't need to be like arguing about things. So I kind of just like moved myself away from certain situations. Right. But where it was necessary, I would say something.
Yeah.
When you were feeling a little bit bored of it, is that kind of when you would be like, let me throw something in here just because I'm feeling bored too?
No, not really. I think for me, I am I do say what people can't say. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care. Like, if there's the 6 people in the room thinking the same thing, but that one person, as in me, will say what those people are saying, I'll get the shit for it.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
Right. And everyone will be like,
Ekin, how could you? And I'd be like, babe, I know you're thinking the same thing as me, but you ain't admitting it because...
there has to be somebody like that. You know, there has to be. What's Ekin-Su's brain like at night, when you're going to sleep? Because you said it's fun in there. You have a good time. You're not
so
on
cute.
you're
That
not on your
question's so
phone.
funny.
What are you thinking about before bed?
Firstly, I need a kiss. No, aside from that, no, I'm just thinking to myself, like, firstly, it's been a long day. Tomorrow's going to be intense. I'm tired. I need Curtis to hug me. That's also what I'm thinking. And then I'm also thinking to myself, like, I can't believe I'm here sometimes. When I close my eyes, I'm like, thinking about the fact that I'm here. It feels like a dream. So like I dream about the island sometimes when I'm in there of everyone, and all of a sudden they're becoming in my dreams. I've never seen these people in my life, and every day either Luca's in it or Grace is in it or Gabby's in it, and I'm like literally living the moment with them. And then it's cool, but sometimes a bit overwhelming.
I think you and Curtis are like a perfect match. I know it seemed at the beginning, I think a lot of people were like, oh, I don't know if I would have put them together, but by the end it was like, no, like you're both performers. You both have like good hearts. Like, how did you guys initially connect? Like, had you met Curtis before?
Never.
No.
So my family said the same as everyone. So they were confused. They were like, does she like this guy? Because at the start they were like, didn't know whether, does Ekin have feelings and all this stuff? And I swear to God, when you first see someone, you have that initial sort of like... So I was in a room like this, and it was obviously the secret garden that we met. And we had Scott, Curtis and Ronnie, and I was just sitting there. And I just looked at all 3 of them. And when you just look at someone and you instantly feel something, but you don't know what it is, but you don't like dwell on it. You kind of just move on from it. I felt that from Curtis, but I didn't feel that from like Scott or Ronnie or any of the other people. So I kind of thought there was something there. I don't know what it is. He's not usually my type, but let me get to know him. And also I feel like with Curtis, the moment I knew I really had something for him, thank you, Danielle, for doing this. It was when she came in, because you always know what you have until sometimes when it's gone, it's like, shit, like, I'm feeling jealous. Why am I feeling jealous for? Like, because I like him.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Like, why am I crying over someone? And then that's when I realised, wow, okay.
That
competition.
Yeah. No, I think that, like Fran said, initially people were like, ooh, I honestly had
It's normal. I
had-
won't take offense.
I had
No.
the opposite reaction, though. I remember being like, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to,
Yeah.
but I really did. I was like, I see these two, both a little dramatic,
Yeah.
performing.
I think like with me, I know what I want.
Yeah.
But I think Curtis said this too. I'm a woman that knows what she wants, but there's also an element of me being a bit scared because of my past relationship. I have been hurt.
Yeah.
So there is an element of kind of like taking a step back a little bit. I'm like, I'm not fully giving my all, but then I'm a bit more sort of defensive with them.
Yeah.
Because I have been hurt. So there was a moment where I did overthink things with pretty much all the guys. I'm like, well, I need to see if this person's this person. And but with Curtis, he never really did that to me until Danielle walked in. I was like,
I loved at the end in the finale, like Maya was asking you guys, you know, what could be next, and you were talking about the West End, you know, this, that, the other. I was like, oh my God, that would be so perfect for you guys to be like in productions at the same time. Like, how do we make that happen? What show would you want to be in?
I would love to be in something ridiculous. I don't know. Nothing like just a new show.
Yeah.
Call it the Ekin-Su, you know. I don't know. Something wild where you sing, dance, you give out candy to the audience.
Yeah.
And the theatre starts raining.
Right.
You know, like
Oh, yeah. It's like a whole
5D.
A real interactive experience.
A 4D, 5D.
Yeah, like-
Curtis and Ekin 4D experience.
Circus.
Me and him are going to see Gatsby tonight
Oh, amazing.
at the Broadway show.
Yes.
So
Wow.
we're very excited.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you came out for the talent show and, you know, you had your piano and people seemed to be shocked by your talent?
No. Well, this is why you should never judge a book by its cover, ladies and gentlemen. You should read it. No, it was nice because I think people always think I'm strong and I'm this person and I'm Ekin-Su and I have everything going for me. But actually, I have a very vulnerable, emotional side where, you know, I'm just like everyone else. You know, I'm very, very romantic and I am quite over the top
But
with
you
that.
can I mean, look, you can bring it too. That was a heart rate challenge that this world has ever seen.
Wow, you lot see that? You know, that was PG. Like, it was actually worse. Like, people would see you could see everything in my outfit. Like, the
You were like,
producers
did
were like,
you watch it back and you were like, oh, they cut some things.
yeah, but babe, did you notice I went last in every single challenge?
Yeah.
I think they just like to hype me up at the end.
Yeah.
so that
Right.
I went all in.
Yeah. And there she is. What song actually played when you're there?
Oh, exactly the same.
Okay.
Exactly.
I've
the
always
same.
wondered that because I'm
No,
like,
no, don't worry, ladies. I'll be honest. It was exactly the same.
okay, good. Because then I'm like, sometimes, you know, with production, you're like, is this silent? You know, you're like, are they actually playing music or is this all done silently?
It was so funny. No, some scenes like the Vibe Club we had to do a few takes of us dancing. They'd play the song twice and then it'd be silence and then you'd have to fake dance. That was a bit weird, but
Right. You see that sort of with like movies and TV when you see the behind the
that's
scenes.
like acting for me.
Right.
Yeah,
And
like-
you see the dancing and you're like, oh my God, there's no music
Yeah,
playing.
and I tell you what, if you can do Love Island All Stars, anyone could be an actor, I think, because the amount of times they make you walk up and down and do like different shots.
Right.
That for me is acting. Like,
Yep.
And to be clear for the audience, that has nothing to do with the actual show. That's just the in-betweens. That's just to
Yeah,
get
like
the
the
shots.
cut-
of
Yeah, they
what
have
the
to make
cut's
sure they have the
walking.
right shot.
in.
Yeah,
Yes.
lining up at the fire
Come on,
pit at
guys,
the right
do it
time,
again,
and-
you know.
Yeah.
Right, your turn to talk now, cue,
Yep.
you know, that's all a bit.
Yeah, there has to be some rules
Of course.
and regulations.
Yeah.
Of course.
We loved watching you on The Traitors last season
Yes.
as well. Those are my
Ooh,
favorite.
yes.
The Traitors here, it's soap. Everyone
love
loves it.
it.
This last season, everybody loved as well. And your
Yeah.
season, people really, that was when I really got into it too and fell in love with it. What was that experience like on that show?
It was the best show I did.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed that I drank the chalice. I think that's a very Ekin moment there where I didn't really. I thought she was my friend.
watching
Thought she
it
loved
was
me.
just
You know,
like-
Yep.
happens
Uh-huh.
in every reality
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Seems to
yep.
be repeating itself,
Yep.
and you know you're naive and then you trust them. But yeah, I did that and then I died. But apart from that, it was a wonderful experience. I made friends with Pilot Pete. I actually seen him tonight as well. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we
everybody
had
was
to ask.
wondering about that because for a little bit there were some rumors about you and Pilot Pete.
Yeah, you were hanging
People-
out with his mom.
People thought that you guys might have been dating or
No,
you know.
we've always been very good friends. His mum adores me. I adore his mum. And there's always that element, there is a what if, his mum always says we'd be a good couple, but there's
Barb,
always,
and let me
of
tell
course,
you,
Barb's pushing that on.
Barb makes the decision.
Yeah.
So,
If we know anything
she's a
about
proper
Pilot Pete's
LA mom,
past,
like,
she's telling Pete who would be good for him and not good for him. So you got the Barb stamp of approval, but we're
so
focused
funny.
on Curtis right now.
Yeah. We've got to impress Curtis.
So is Pilot Pete gonna be with you and Curtis?
Yeah. So we had a FaceTime yesterday, me and Pilot Pete, and I call him Pilot Pete too. And,
You have to.
we have to. And Curtis was
What
in
are
the
we gonna call him,
background.
Peter?
and they were like kind of, it's quite cute. They both
Yeah.
said hi and nice to meet you and stuff. And it was quite nice for Pete to kind of be happy for me. And he was like, I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. And I was like, and then he was
so
like,
sweet.
because his brother's sister just had a baby. So he's feeling quite like broody, he wants a kid. And I was like, well, you need to find a woman first.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
It's quite cute.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude. I don't know if this is rude, but I feel like Pilot Pete's still holding on to something here. You know what I mean? He's
think?
Ekin-Su.
I think probably a lot of his past relationships.
Yeah, he's like, what could have been Ekin-Su?
You know?
Did you not find that is how life is sometimes?
Yeah.
Like the wrong person, right time,
Right.
right person, wrong time. Like,
And it's also like, well, that's that.
like the
That's
butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's like, well, that didn't work out. Now here I am, and we're gonna continue what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe Pilot Pete will find his woman.
I hope he does.
Yeah,
I hope he does.
Absolutely. I think so.
Maybe we could set him up with somebody.
So now,
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
now.
right?
Anyone single?
I know. Maybe there was a lot of girls that left All Stars that were single. Maybe
Yeah. I need a nice girl for him.
Yeah,
though. We don't
yeah.
want. Yeah, we want a nice girl.
So maybe not some of them.
Maybe someone who's. I think he needs someone that's probably more family orientated. Doesn't care about Instagram too much.
Yeah.
Because he likes that sort of private life.
Well, really,
gotta go
all
through
it
Barb.
really matters
Yeah.
is if she gets along with Barb. If
Right.
she doesn't,
Yeah,
she's out.
That's
So-
it,
Right.
babe. That's
She
it.
should meet Barb first before Pete.
Yeah.
That's really what it has to come down to.
Honestly, I
Barb,
actually
though.
do think that would be a great premise for a date. Like, make him the Bachelor again, but they
Yeah.
all have to date Barb first.
Right.
Yes.
It's like Vinny from the Jersey Shore when he did the show with his
Oh,
mom.
true.
It's like this.
Yeah, same kind of
Same
thing.
kind
I
of
fucking
situation.
love the Bachelor, by the way.
Yeah.
And the
Really?
Bachelorette. Brilliant. In the US, it kicks off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good concept.
It
Also,
is.
Love is Blind is very good as well.
Love
Yes.
is Blind is crazy.
Yeah, it
Very
depends on
good
the
show.
season for both things. Though.
Yeah.
You either have did you ever watch Pilot Pete's season?
I did. Hannah, what's her name?
Yeah, Hannah Ann.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bring her home.
Yeah. See, you either have seasons like that, or you have seasons that are kind of like, meh, meh,
Yeah.
A bit like Love Island.
Yeah.
You have
You
some
never know.
that are iconic and some
Right.
that are.
Exactly.
Just-
yeah, they're not always going to
Exactly.
be, but
So now when you're working so hard, you have a great online following, people love you. Where do you is it tough for you on what you share and not share? Do you try and keep some things private?
I think we got to be a bit sensitive on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because there's all sorts of people watching. You've got our audience comes from, young teenagers, and I always try and set, I've made mistakes in the past, but I always try and set a good example to people watching. So I do tend to be more careful, but I try and be as much as I can myself, because I don't want to be something I'm not. I want still people to click with me and see that I'm being authentic. But, you can't just go on Instagram stories and put your middle finger up and start swearing,
Yeah.
There's some people who do that I don't agree with. But some people, I do be more careful. I want to be a good example for young girls, not perfect, like I said. Instagram is a toxic place. We always compare ourselves. They always look like they have the perfect life, but it's not true, kids. We don't. We are insecure as well. We have our own issues, and you should always try and keep some element private if you're in the public eye.
Yeah.
I think anyway.
for sure.
And I think you should keep your circle very close in the public eye as well. And I feel like definitely have friends outside the industry, I would say.
For sure. Because I feel like you said, a lot of young people who watch, they think if they follow you on social media, then they know every single bit of your life and they know every piece of it. But really, they don't.
They don't.
There is a lot that people keep private, but it's nice to have people feel like they're in the know
They sort of think
while
that
creating
that's-
that boundary.
Yeah, but then you're not going to share you on the toilet seat.
Right,
are you? Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? Just wiping your bum like,
Yeah.
hey guys.
There are some people who, I mean, credit to
people do.
Yeah, credit to those who, make a whole career out of it. But there are some people who film every single second of their life, and I'm like, mentally, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
That's
props
draining.
to them, but I don't know how they do it.
I feel sorry for them. I'm like, listen, live in the moment.
Yeah.
Put that phone away. And, you know, me and Curtis, we try not to go on our phones when we're together. And he's very not a phone person. Like, I love
Good for
that.
him.
Like, if you look on his Instagram, he's not the typical influencer. He's all about his business and his finance company, and I feel like that is so attractive. When we're out, if I'm doing a TikTok, he's not like, I don't want to do it. He'll join in. He'll support me, but then we'll put our phone away. And we'll just talk in the moment.
Right.
We'll appreciate the meal that we've got. It's nice.
It's so important to
Were
do
you
that.
surprised that he made things official with you when you guys were still like in the villa?
I think I was shocked.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is? I never feel like I deserve to be loved. So I think that insecurity is always there. So when I even felt something and he sort of said that to me, it was quite overwhelming. I loved that because it made me feel like, well, this is something I'll remember on TV forever. And it was on Valentine's Day. And it doesn't matter how long, or, you know, we were in there from the start. And I always think to myself, people always have this thing of, well, when are they going to be boyfriend and girlfriend to all the other couples? And I think it's not fair because I'm like, listen, those other couples, for me, in my eyes, they are official because like you're together. Why does everything have to be labelized? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know why. It's like Love Island has made that process into like 4 different steps. It's like one step. Like it's like you're together, you're not together.
Right.
But it's somehow with Love Island, it's like, okay, we're together. Okay, our heads won't turn.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're closed off.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my God,
Okay, and
don't
then
even
after
say
you're
closed
closed off,
that
like,
traumatized me.
Yeah.
You know
There's so many
but
different
it's like, And then
steps.
it's like,
But in the real
we're
world-
not going to see anybody else. I'm like, okay, so you're dating. It's
Yeah.
like, and it's like, okay, but then we're not boyfriend girlfriend
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
In the real world, you have one conversation and it's sort
Yeah.
of like, you know.
But
that
do you
should-
not think in the real world, darling, these people, sneaky men you go on a date with, they'll say to you, oh, I'm closed off to you. And then they've probably got Patricia down the line or
Right.
they've got Amy or someone else that they're
That's why
shagging.
it can't be named as closed off. It's got to be like, we're dating.
But I'm shagging 6 other people.
Yeah.
But you're
We're
not going to
boyfriend,
find out about
girlfriend.
it until you come to my flat and you find eyelashes on the floor.
Yeah. Right.
Did this happen to you, Ekin?
No, but I've heard stories.
Yeah.
Girl, if anyone did that to me, I would ruin them.
Right.
I would.
That's what I mean. It would be public.
They should be scared of me.
Yeah. No,
Has
that's
it happened to you two, any?
no, thank God. That sounds awful. But yes, no, you do always hear the stories of like, oh, that's where'd the pink toothbrush come from? That wasn't here.
Oh, it's my mom's.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
Have
it's
you
my
seen-
sister's. You don't have a sister.
Yeah. Have you seen the TikToks where girls will be like, okay, guys, I'm at this guy's house. Does anybody recognize this house? And then it's just like a flood. And I'm like, you're putting this on TikTok. Who knows if the
my
people
God, that's
commenting.
crazy.
You never
Well,
seen
that's
that?
opened the door for me if I'm a burglar.
right. Now you know. Right. Exactly. Now you know
Seriously.
exactly where to go in the house.
You're like, oh, that window looks open.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my God. No, that's I did not know about that at all. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there are relationships that you can keep from the show where you stay close and you have friends and sometimes, but then it's also like you were on a TV show, you're not going to be best friends with everybody. How do you feel about like the online pressure of like all the girls have to leave like being best friends?
See, I'm a very black and white person. I've done so many TV shows, right? And in every Traitors, we're all very good friends.
Yeah.
We're all like, it's a very good support system, I think. You know, Phaedra will comment, I'll comment, we'll see each other. They're always I feel like different shows, you can't always get, it's an energy thing.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to
Yeah.
click. Not everyone's going to be best friends. Some people might. For me, I never went on to Love Island All Stars thinking I'm going to go on to make new friends. I'm going on to find love, to have a journey, to, you know, everyone wants
Have
their
fun,
thing
yeah,
and
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Have fun and to rewrite my love story. And if I make friends, great. Perfect. I personally I have nothing bad to say about anyone in my season. I generally liked everyone. You know, if people were being two-faced, then I'm sorry for them for being two-faced.
Yeah.
It's not nice,
Yep.
but I would never do that to them.
Yep.
But you don't have to be best friends, and it's a choice. And I still talk to them all. And I'm just very busy, babes.
Yeah.
And I don't really have time to even socialize. So if I could, I would be with the girls right now, partying away. But I'm here sat on this chair
We love
in
it.
America
Yeah.
with two of the best people. So
exactly.
that's all I can say.
Oh,
Thank you.
Exactly. Was it nice being back with Luca though? Like I know you and Luca are close.
Listen, Luca is the sweetest.
Yeah.
Like I know him from before. I know him pre-show and during the mid-time when we had that sort of gap, and we've always been in touch, and he is such a lovely, lovely soul. And I just wanted him to be happy, and I genuinely looked out for him in there. And he is who you see. I like that this time round, you know, I'm sure the first time round, you know, he was, I don't know if he was shown in the best light, or I don't know about that, but this time I can see there's a lot more love for him.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
I
Grace
love
is so nice for
so-
him.
they're so
People
sweet.
really
They
love
did their
Luca and
big
Grace. Well,
beach
they
boyfriend,
did.
girlfriend.
They made it
Yeah.
official boyfriend and
so
girlfriend.
romantic.
I thought they
Very
were.
sweet.
I thought they were
I
engaged.
thought the same.
I-
But
it
Luca
did look like a
loves to
proposal.
do that. Like,
Yeah.
we know him.
Yeah.
He loves to do that. So
I thought it was
it's
great.
his signature theme.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And I love watching you guys together because it really does feel like a brother-sister relationship. Like if there
I've
was
seen
every time,
TikToks of people shipping us together, and I'm like, this is really weird. Like, I do not see him romantically.
no, because you need somebody like he's like no, he's when there's anything coming up, he's like, I'll talk to Ekin, okay?
Yeah.
Like he's
Listen,
like, I got it.
They throw a song onto any edit
yeah.
on TikTok, and you can make anything
Anything
look
I love.
romantic.
Yeah,
Like they'll make
exactly.
any two people look in love on
Yeah,
TikTok.
even
It's
two
insane.
girls, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah. You can edit
never know.
literally anything together with
Yep.
a good song. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think people really, really loved Luca and Grace, and they're rooting for them. But people were so happy for the
I love
for
them.
the beach boyfriend girlfriend proposal.
Totally.
Yeah, I love
Beautiful.
them. But listen, Luca's always my boy, so I'm always hype him, you know.
Right,
and
yeah.
Grace, she's so lovely.
Yeah, she seems it,
she
yeah.
really is, and she brings out the best in Luca, and they're just really cute together, and they do look like Barbie and Ken.
They do.
Yeah, they,
They definitely do.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
stunning couple.
Yeah.
They are.
What is your day to day looking like now? I know you said you're very busy. You're in America. You're going back. What's next for you?
We have some stuff lined up. I can't say because I always have this thing when I've learned in the past I'll say things and then something, the evil eye, something gets triggered, and then you know how people are.
Right.
So I'm just gonna wait till it happens.
Very
and then
fair.
You guys will be like, oh, she's in this. Oh, she's in that. Oh, you know. So it's just exciting. It's a good year.
Yeah.
I have a new team on board as well. Very excited.
That's amazing.
love it.
American team. So yeah, it's going to be a good year.
I see you I see you out in LA. I see you doing TV or movies or something like
Oh,
really. I mean, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want.
Took the words right out of my
right?
mouth.
Yeah, so you can really do whatever
thanks,
you
guys.
want. But we can't wait to see like what that looks like for sure. Are there any other reality shows that you would like to do? Is there anything that you watch that you're like, ooh, I would do that?
I would love to do the American Dancing with the Stars.
I'm not kidding. I was just gonna say Dancing with
No
the Stars.
way.
Because we went to a taping of Dancing with the Stars last year, and Curtis was sitting right in front of us, and we were so nervous to say
yeah,
anything
we-
because we
Really?
were obviously
Yeah.
fans, and we didn't say a word, but we were like, "It's Curtis," and so that I
Yeah.
was just gonna say Dancing with the Stars because we saw Curtis at that
Yeah.
taping.
That's mental.
I know it was funny because I'm like a Dancing with the Stars super fan. I love the show. So when we went, I was so excited. I couldn't believe I was in the ballroom doing the whole thing. And we were in our seats and the tables in front, they have all the names of the people sitting in them on the chairs. And I looked around and I was, oh my gosh, that says Curtis. And I was we were
That's
like, we were like
mental.
Curtis from Love Island.
That's
Is
gonna be
Curtis
good.
gonna be here?
Yeah, yeah. And he was there with his brother.
Yeah,
and
we
they
chickened
were,
out. We said
Oh,
nothing.
AJ.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were there to
they're so
see that
adorable.
episode, that taping, which was really cool. Which one did you do? And did you do the one in the UK or was it on ice?
That's Dancing on Ice.
And you did that show.
I did that show.
Yes, okay.
So that meant I couldn't do Strictly for another. They have this rule in the UK where
Yeah.
if you do one show, it can like competitors
Yeah.
and stuff.
And
But
Strictly is like the Dancing with the Stars of
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I would love to do that too. But I think for me, Dancing with the Stars and definitely The Jungle at some point, because they're like the main two I really want to do. Obviously never. dating shows. Bye bye.
Yeah.
I found my man.
we're closing
Don't
that
need anyone
chapter.
now.
Yeah.
Next thing is probably wedding bells and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's been good that I did my last ever sort of dating thing for Love Island All Stars. It was like a cherry on the cake. Found my man, happy.
Yeah.
I'm just happy with everything, guys. I've not felt happy in a long time.
It's amazing.
That's
And it feels good.
Yeah.
Huge congratulations to you. I
Seriously.
feel like you're about to have a great year ahead. And you're right. This was the perfect little cherry on top, the All-Stars. And everybody loved to watch you come back.
Yeah, babe.
Absolutely.
It's been
Absolutely.
it's been good to be back.
Well, we're so excited to see everything that comes.
Yes.
And
I'm
what
excited to
projects
share with
it's
you
gonna
guys
be.
again.
Yes.
I know, it's
We're
going to be
super
so
excited.
fun. Hopefully it, brings you stateside a little bit too. It'll
I
be
just
great.
love the US.
Yeah.
Some more Broadway shows.
Yeah, like something like that, you know.
Yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
amazing. Well, Ekin, thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank
This
you,
was lovely.
beautiful girls, for having
Yeah.
me here.
Oh,
I feel
thank
like I was
you.
talking to two friends, you know.
Yes, that's what
That's
we
the
hope
best.
for. That's
what we
hope
want.
for. Yeah, exactly.
Really good.
Yes.
And congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna
So
look
soon.
stunning.
Oh, thank
She
you.
You know
is.
your outfit.
It's the hair color. Of course.
She is.
yeah.
Her dresses.
Babe. You got up your best girl, right?
She just got married
she's
in
not
September.
doing a wedding
I'm
party,
not
but-
doing a wedding party, but she will be getting ready with me.
Yes.
Good.
And
Yeah.
we got married 6 months apart from each
Yes.
other, basically. I got married in September.
Yeah.
so-
Congratulations. I love love. So
Yeah. Yep, we're setting that energy.
Yeah.
Setting that
You're
energy.
next. You're next.
Exactly. Love it. Ekin, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. Why was that so good?